For centuries, Earth had been sealed off from the rest of the galaxy. The Galactic Council, a vast and powerful group of alien species, had placed the human race under quarantine. They feared that humanity's violence, unpredictability, and short-sightedness would pose a danger to the peaceful civilizations of the stars. No communication, no trade, and no contact were allowed with Earth. For a long time, it seemed like humanity would be trapped on its small blue world, isolated from the wonders of the galaxy. Then, one day, everything changed. The Galactic Council, after observing humanity's progress and unexpected maturity over the centuries, made a bold decision. The quarantine would be lifted. An announcement was broadcast across the galaxy. Tlak, a towering alien diplomat, addressed all of humanity, his words transmitted to every screen on Earth. "The time has come," he declared. "The Galactic Council has decided to release Earth from its quarantine. You are free to join the galaxy." The news spread like wildfire. People across the world cheered. But there were also whispers of fear. What would this new freedom mean for humanity? Would they be ready to face the alien civilizations that had watched them for so long? Would they find allies or enemies? There was so much to learn, so much to discover. On Earth, governments scrambled to prepare for the sudden change. Diplomats, scientists, and military leaders were quickly called together. Captain Sarah Donovan, a seasoned veteran of Earth's fledgling space program, was chosen to lead the first official delegation to the galactic capital. She was both honored and nervous, knowing the weight of the moment. Humans had been isolated for so long that many were unsure what to expect from the galaxy. Some feared that the other species would see them as weak, dangerous, or too primitive. Others believed that this was their moment to show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. Earth had spent years advancing its technology, improving its society, and finding ways to coexist peacefully within itself. Now it was time to prove that they could do the same among the stars. As Captain Donovan and her team prepared for their journey, the world held its breath. The first human starship, the Pioneer, was set to depart in just days. People gathered in every city to watch as Earth's first true step into the wider universe was made. The massive starship stood ready, its sleek hull shining in the sunlight. The people of Earth were about to join the galaxy, and they had no idea just how quickly their world would change. In the days leading up to the launch, Tlak and his fellow council members had already begun making plans. They knew that this would be a crucial moment in galactic history. Could humans be trusted? Would they live up to their potential, or would their darker tendencies once again rise to the surface? Only time would tell. But for now, the galaxy waited, and humanity stepped into the stars, their eyes filled with wonder and fear, ready for whatever lay ahead. The day finally arrived. Earth's first official delegation was ready to travel to the galactic capital. The Pioneer sat in the launch bay, its engines roaring softly, ready to carry Captain Sarah Donovan and her team beyond Earth's atmosphere, into the unknown reaches of space. A mixture of excitement and fear ran through her as she boarded the ship. It wasn't just a mission, it was history in the making. As the Pioneer soared into the stars, Earth's people watched in awe. For the first time in centuries, a human ship was leaving the planet, destined for the heart of galactic civilization. Millions of eyes turned to the sky, silently praying for success, hoping that this would be the beginning of a new chapter for humanity. After days of travel, the Pioneer finally reached the galactic capital. It was a city like nothing anyone had ever seen, sprawling across multiple planets, built into the very fabric of the stars. Towering structures of crystal and metal stretched as far as the eye could see. Ships of every shape and size filled the skies, and the streets below were alive with alien beings from every corner of the galaxy. The sheer scale of the city was overwhelming, and Captain Donovan couldn't help but feel small in such a vast, strange place. The Pioneer landed at a massive spaceport where a delegation of aliens awaited them. The humans disembarked, eyes wide with wonder at the strange and beautiful beings who stood before them. Among them was Talak, the alien diplomat who had made the announcement of Earth's release from quarantine. He towered above them, his gray skin shimmering under the artificial light, and his many eyes studied them closely. Captain Donovan stepped forward, extending her hand in a gesture of peace. Talak regarded her for a long moment before reaching out and shaking her hand with surprising gentleness. He spoke in calm, measured tones. "Welcome to the galactic capital, Captain Donovan. We've been watching your species for many centuries. Now we shall see what you are truly capable of." The human delegation exchanged nervous glances. The words of the alien were kind, but the weight behind them was clear. They were not just representatives of Earth. They were ambassadors for humanity itself. The eyes of the galaxy were upon them. Talak led them to a grand hall where representatives of many different species gathered. Some of the species were humanoid, others were unrecognizable in their forms, some with tentacles, others with scales or energy-based bodies. The diversity was astonishing, and the humans couldn't help but feel a little out of place. Still, Captain Donovan stood tall, ready to make her people proud. The meeting began. Talak spoke of the Galactic Council's long history and the importance of peace and cooperation. He was diplomatic, carefully choosing his words. Yet there was a hint of skepticism in his tone as he mentioned the potential dangers of allowing humanity into the fold. "Your species is young, volatile. We've seen your history, full of conflict, war, and uncertainty. You must prove that you are ready to join us." Captain Donovan nodded, understanding the challenge before them. "We've learned much," she said. "We've fought our battles, but we've also come to realize that unity is our strength. Humanity has changed. We are ready to work together with the galaxy." The room fell silent as the words hung in the air. Every eye was on the humans, waiting for a sign of strength, of purpose. The next few moments could define humanity's future in the galaxy. Donovan and her team spoke, sharing Earth's progress, its achievements in science, technology, and diplomacy. They spoke of their desire to join the galactic community, to contribute to peace, and to learn from the countless civilizations around them. Despite the skepticism in the room, there was a flicker of hope. The meeting ended with no promises, but the humans had made their case. The galaxy was listening. The future of humanity among the stars had begun, and it would be shaped by the choices they made in the days ahead. As Captain Donovan left the grand hall, she couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Earth had made its first step into the galaxy, but would it be enough? Only time would tell. The first few weeks after Earth's arrival in the galactic capital were full of challenges and discoveries. The human delegation, led by Captain Sarah Donovan, worked tirelessly to introduce their people to the wider galaxy. Earth was eager to learn, and the galaxy, though cautious, was curious. But one thing quickly became clear: humanity had an unexpected advantage. It wasn't their advanced technology, their military power, or even their diplomatic skills. Though all of these were impressive, it was something far more subtle, something that set them apart from most species: their adaptability. While other species in the galaxy had evolved with rigid biological strengths, humans had something unique: an ability to change, to learn, and to grow quickly. This trait, although often overlooked, gave them a significant edge in the ever-evolving landscape of galactic politics and technology. At the Galactic Capital's Science and Technology Exchange, Earth's scientists were amazed at the alien innovations on display. There were machines that could manipulate time, species capable of traveling faster than light through wormholes, and artificial intelligence systems that could predict the future with incredible accuracy. At first, the humans felt like children in a world of giants, overwhelmed by the sheer complexity of it all. But as the weeks passed, they began to adapt. The scientists and engineers from Earth studied the alien technologies with intense focus. They didn't just try to understand them. They learned from them, improved them, and even added their own innovations. It was as if Earth's people were born with an innate ability to see problems from different angles, to find new solutions to old challenges. Within months, Earth scientists had developed a new form of energy storage based on alien principles, a breakthrough that shocked the Galactic Council. The humans had taken a concept that had been considered theoretical by many advanced species and turned it into a practical, efficient technology. The results were immediate. Earth's energy problems, once seen as a major weakness, were solved, and humans now had an energy surplus that could be used for space exploration and more. In the field of medicine, Earth's adaptability was just as clear. The human race had spent centuries fighting deadly diseases, constantly developing new treatments and cures. Their immune systems, though not as strong as some species, were incredibly versatile, able to adjust and fight off new threats. Earth's medical team introduced a new form of nanotechnology to the galactic capital, a system that could repair damaged cells in an alien's body in real time. It was a tool that no one had imagined possible, but humans had made it work. Even alien species with centuries of medical knowledge were amazed by the simplicity and effectiveness of the technology. Meanwhile, in the realm of diplomacy, humanity's ability to empathize and understand different cultures shone through. While many alien races had rigid, formal systems of communication, humans were able to quickly build trust and form alliances. They had an uncanny ability to find common ground with even the most difficult species. It wasn't just their words. It was their willingness to listen, to understand, and to adapt their approach to the situation at hand. In the months that followed, Earth's position in the galaxy began to shift. No longer seen as a dangerous, unpredictable species, humans were now regarded as a valuable asset. They were quickly becoming known for their creativity, their resilience, and most of all, their ability to adapt. The galaxy had underestimated humanity, but now they were beginning to realize that Earth's true strength lay in its people's capacity to evolve and grow. And as the humans took their first steps into the stars, they knew one thing for certain. Their journey was just beginning, and they would change the galaxy forever. As the months passed, Earth's newfound place in the galaxy was increasingly defined by its military might. While diplomacy and technological advancements had helped humans earn respect, it was their military strength that began to turn heads. For centuries, humanity had been focused on its own world, facing wars, conflicts, and natural disasters. But now, with access to the vast resources and knowledge of the galaxy, Earth quickly began to build a military force unlike any other. At first, the Galactic Council had been wary of humanity's military potential. Many alien species had long ago chosen peace over war, focusing on diplomacy and cooperation rather than defense. They believed that Earth, with its history of violent conflict, might be a destabilizing force. But what they hadn't realized was that humanity had spent centuries learning the lessons of war, how to fight, how to protect, and most importantly, how to win. Captain Sarah Donovan, who had once been a diplomat, now found herself at the forefront of Earth's military transformation. Along with Earth's top generals and military scientists, she oversaw the development of advanced ships, weapons, and defense systems. Drawing from both their own military history and the lessons learned from alien technology, humans created a new kind of warfare, one that was both powerful and precise. The human military was not just about strength, it was about adaptability. Earth's forces could quickly learn from their mistakes, adjust to new tactics, and innovate in ways that others could not. While other species relied on large, cumbersome ships and slow-moving armies, humanity focused on speed, agility, and advanced technology. The Pioneer, Earth's flagship, was transformed into a symbol of this new military approach. Its sleek design, fast engines, and powerful weaponry made it a formidable force. Within months, human-made ships were some of the most advanced in the galaxy, capable of holding their own against much larger fleets. But Earth's real military advantage was its people. Humanity's soldiers were disciplined and resourceful, trained to think on their feet and adapt in the heat of battle. They were quick to learn, and their experiences on Earth, facing constant change and uncertainty, had given them a mental toughness that few other species could match. They fought not just for survival, but for a cause, a shared vision of peace and unity for the galaxy. Soon, Earth's military presence was felt in every corner of the galaxy. Human ships were deployed to protect galactic trade routes, patrol border systems, and defend vulnerable colonies. They fought not just with firepower, but with strategy, outsmarting their enemies at every turn. Earth's forces gained a reputation for their efficiency and fairness, never using excessive force, but always getting the job done. The turning point came when a coalition of alien pirates, known as the Zorkan Raiders, launched an attack on one of Earth's mining colonies. The Zorkan were notorious for their ruthless tactics, but they had underestimated humanity's resolve. In a decisive battle, Earth's military forces, under Captain Donovan's command, wiped out the pirate threat in a matter of hours. The Zorkan learned a hard lesson that day: humanity would not back down. This victory marked the beginning of a new era for Earth. It was no longer just a species on the edge of galactic society. It was now a military powerhouse, feared and respected across the stars. The Galactic Council, once unsure about Earth's place in the galaxy, now had no choice but to acknowledge that humans were not only ready to join the galactic community, they were capable of protecting it. For Captain Donovan and her crew, the victory was bittersweet. They had proven Earth's strength, but they knew that this was just the beginning. The galaxy was vast, and new challenges would arise. But humanity had made its mark. Earth was now a force to be reckoned with, and the rest of the galaxy would soon realize that the humans had only just begun to show their true power. With their military might now firmly established, humanity's influence in the galaxy grew rapidly. However, Earth's rise to power was not solely built on its strength in battle. What truly set humanity apart from other species was their remarkable ability to organize and innovate across various fields. And it was through this talent for organization that humanity's next great triumph came: the creation of the human guilds. These guilds were not just ordinary trade or cultural organizations. They were powerful entities that spanned every corner of human society, each designed to dominate a specific aspect of galactic life. The guilds ranged from scientific research and trade to military strategy, diplomacy, and even entertainment. What made them so powerful was not just their wealth or technology, but the unity and ambition behind them. Every human guild worked together, sharing resources and ideas, all while growing their influence across the galaxy. Captain Sarah Donovan, who had become a celebrated figure after her success in the military, found herself thrust into the role of ambassador for one of the most important guilds, the Human Diplomatic Corps. This guild had been formed to represent humanity in all matters of interspecies relations. Its members, carefully chosen from Earth's most skilled diplomats, were tasked with spreading Earth's ideals of cooperation and peace, while also ensuring that humanity's voice was heard in the galaxy's many debates. Though humanity had initially been viewed with suspicion, the creation of the Human Diplomatic Corps helped change the galaxy's perception of Earth. The humans, with their talent for empathy and negotiation, proved to be highly effective diplomats. They didn't just speak the language of politics, they spoke the language of understanding. They were able to find common ground between species that had been at odds for millennia, negotiating trade deals, peace treaties, and alliances that were previously thought impossible. But diplomacy wasn't the only area where humans excelled. The Human Trade Guild was another force to be reckoned with. Earth had quickly become a hub for commerce and industry, establishing trade routes that spanned the galaxy. The Trade Guild brought together Earth's vast network of industries, from mining and manufacturing to digital technologies and agriculture. Humans were able to negotiate incredibly favorable terms with other species, offering valuable resources like rare metals, advanced machinery, and food supplies in exchange for the knowledge and technologies of other civilizations. The guilds also played a major role in scientific advancement. The Human Science Guild, a collective of Earth's brightest minds, rapidly became one of the most respected scientific organizations in the galaxy. They made breakthroughs in energy technology, medicine, and artificial intelligence, contributing new ideas and discoveries that improved life for many alien species. Their ability to rapidly adapt alien technology and improve upon it was unmatched, making the Guild a key player in the galaxy's ongoing technological evolution. Then there was the Human Military Guild. While Earth's forces were now a major player in galactic defense, the Military Guild focused on the strategy and training that kept them ahead of their enemies. The Guild shared Earth's military knowledge with its allies, offering training and expertise in tactics, logistics, and even psychological warfare. Through their cooperation, human soldiers and their allies were able to defeat enemies more efficiently and decisively than ever before. Despite their successes, there were challenges. Some species resented the rise of the human guilds, fearing that Earth's increasing influence would disrupt the delicate balance of power. But the humans, ever adaptable, managed to avoid major conflict, using diplomacy, trade, and cooperation to solidify their place in the galaxy. As the guilds grew stronger, so too did Earth's influence. The galaxy was slowly but surely being shaped by humanity's unique way of organizing and thriving. The human guilds were a testament to what humanity could achieve when it worked together, and they served as a reminder that Earth's rise to power was no accident. With the guilds as their foundation, humans were ready to make an even greater mark on the galaxy. As Earth's influence spread across the galaxy, not all reactions were positive. While many alien species admired humanity's adaptability, strength, and innovation, there were some who viewed them as a growing threat. Among the most powerful and ancient factions in the galaxy was the Concord, a vast and secretive alliance of older, more established civilizations. The Concord had existed for millennia, shaping the galaxy with their advanced technologies, deep political influence, and rigid control over galactic affairs. They had watched humanity's rise with growing concern, and now they decided it was time to act. The Concord was not a simple government or union of planets. It was a network of some of the most powerful species in the galaxy, operating from the shadows, hidden behind layers of political intrigue and covert influence. They saw themselves as the protectors of the galaxy's balance, and they believed that humanity's sudden rise threatened that balance. To them, humans were unpredictable, driven by ambition and emotion, and they could destabilize everything the Concord had worked to build. The first signs of the Concord's opposition came when human diplomats were mysteriously blocked from attending important galactic meetings. The Concord's members began to refuse trade agreements with Earth, citing unresolved issues. It became clear that the Concord was using its power to limit humanity's influence in the galaxy, even going so far as to subtly sabotage human-led projects in certain star systems. Human space exploration ships, once welcomed in many regions, began to report strange attacks from unknown sources, and even members of the Human Guild started to face hidden resistance. Captain Sarah Donovan, now a key figure in Earth's military and diplomatic efforts, was among the first to realize what was happening. The Concord had become a shadow hanging over humanity's progress, and while the galaxy's peaceful civilizations still saw humans as allies, the Concord was beginning to view them as a rising power that needed to be controlled. In meetings with other leaders, Donovan spoke urgently about the danger that the Concord represented, but many of the galaxy's lesser factions remained neutral, unwilling to pick a side. Despite the challenges, Earth's military continued to grow stronger. The Human Military Guild, along with Earth's fleets, began to prepare for a possible conflict with the Concord. Earth's military leaders knew they weren't ready to face such a powerful force head-on, but they also knew they couldn't let the Concord's influence choke off humanity's future. The human military began to focus not just on advanced technology, but on tactics that would allow them to outmaneuver their more powerful foes. Their flexibility, quick thinking, and determination would be their greatest weapons. Meanwhile, Earth's diplomats, under Captain Donovan's leadership, redoubled their efforts to seek out allies and expose the Concord's secretive actions. Humans weren't just fighting for their right to exist in the galaxy. They were fighting for the values of freedom, cooperation, and progress. And the more they revealed of the Concord's manipulations, the more other species began to take notice. As tensions grew, Earth's people began to realize the truth. The road ahead would not be easy. Humanity's journey into the stars was being tested in ways they hadn't anticipated. The Concord's opposition would not be easily overcome, but humanity had already faced seemingly impossible challenges on Earth: wars, natural disasters, and the struggle for survival. Now, they would face their biggest test yet. Captain Donovan stood at the helm of Earth's first unified fleet, watching the stars ahead, knowing that Earth's future and the future of the galaxy hung in the balance. The shadow of the Concorde loomed large, but humanity's resolve was unshakable. Earth had always thrived through struggle, and this would be no different. The galaxy might not yet know it, but the human race was ready for the challenge. The tensions between Earth and the Concorde were becoming impossible to ignore. What had started as subtle sabotage and political maneuvering quickly escalated into full-scale conflict. The Concorde, sensing that humanity's rise could not be stopped through diplomacy alone, decided to strike. They launched a series of surprise attacks on key human colonies, undermining Earth's growing influence in the galaxy. The first blow came in the Outer Rim, where a fleet of Concorde warships destroyed one of Earth's mining stations. This station, which had been essential for supplying Earth's resources to the galaxy, was obliterated without warning. Captain Sarah Donovan, now leading the Earth's unified military force, was thrust into a new role: defender of the human race. Earth's military had grown powerful, but nothing could prepare them for the sheer strength and cold efficiency of the Concorde war machines. The Concorde were well organized, their fleets massive and their strategies precise. But what they didn't expect was the resilience of humanity. In the wake of the attack on the mining station, Captain Donovan gathered her top commanders. The time for peace talks was over. The Concorde had made their move, and Earth was left with no choice but to retaliate. But Donovan wasn't going to rush into battle blindly. Humanity's strength lay in their ability to adapt, and she knew that Earth's military would need to use every advantage they had. While the Concorde relied on sheer power, Earth would rely on strategy, flexibility, and innovation. The battle was set to take place in the distant Vega system, a strategic location known for its massive asteroid fields and dangerous radiation zones. It was a place where maneuvering and quick thinking would be the key to victory. Captain Donovan's fleet, though smaller than the Concorde's, was faster and more adaptable. Earth's ships had been designed for rapid movements and quick strikes, something that would give them an edge in the unpredictable environment of the Vega system. The battle began with a tense silence. The Concorde fleet, led by a massive flagship known as the Talfar, entered the system with overwhelming force. But Donovan's fleet was ready. They used the asteroid fields to their advantage, weaving in and out of the rocks, launching surprise attacks on the Concorde warships. Earth's military ships, though fewer in number, were able to outmaneuver their larger opponents, striking with precision and speed. The battle was fierce. Concorde ships were powerful, their weapons capable of destroying entire fleets with a single shot, but Earth's strategy was paying off. They used hit-and-run tactics, avoiding direct confrontations, and instead focusing on weakening the Concorde supply lines and communication networks. The Concorde fleet, confused by Earth's unorthodox tactics, struggled to adapt to the fast-paced combat. As the battle raged on, Captain Donovan received reports of a major breakthrough. Earth's engineers had found a weakness in the Talfar flagship's energy shield. A team of human ships, led by Commander Jacob Hunt, one of Earth's most skilled pilots, managed to disable the shield long enough to launch a coordinated strike. The Concorde flagship, once thought indestructible, was finally brought down. The destruction of the Talfar was a major blow to the Concorde. It sent a clear message: humanity would not back down. The Concorde's once unquestioned dominance in the galaxy was no longer guaranteed. Captain Donovan knew that this victory was only the beginning, But it was a crucial one. The Concord had underestimated Earth, and now they would have to reckon with the full force of human determination. As the human fleet withdrew, victorious but wary, Earth's people celebrated. But the victory was bittersweet. The Concord was not a foe to be taken lightly, and this war was far from over. Humanity had won this battle, but the galaxy was still uncertain about what the future would hold. Captain Donovan stood on the bridge of her flagship, watching the stars ahead, knowing that this was only the beginning of a much larger conflict. But one thing was certain. Humanity had proven they were not just a force to be reckoned with. They were a force to be feared. After their victory in the Vega system, humanity's confidence soared. The defeat of the Concord flagship, Zalthar, was a huge blow to the powerful alliance, and it sent ripples of uncertainty across the galaxy. But Captain Sarah Donovan knew that Earth's battle was far from over. The Concord, although wounded, were not a force to be taken lightly. The war had only just begun, and the galaxy's future hung in the balance. Earth's military forces, though victorious, needed reinforcements. Captain Donovan made a bold decision. Rather than continue fighting alone, Earth would seek out allies. It was time to form a coalition of species, a united front that could stand against the growing threat of the Concord. The idea of a human alliance was born. The first step was reaching out to the species that Earth had helped in the past, those who had benefited from human trade, technology, and diplomacy. The Andalians, a peaceful race known for their advanced medical knowledge, were the first to respond. Though they had no desire for war, they recognized that the Concord's domination of the galaxy threatened the stability of every peaceful species. The Andalians agreed to provide medical support, healing Earth's wounded soldiers and civilians, and offering their advanced technology to help rebuild the war-torn colonies. Next, the Talkar, a proud warrior species with a long history of defending their own territories, answered the call. They were initially hesitant, but they respected Earth's resolve and agreed to lend their formidable fighting force to the human cause. They trained alongside Earth's military, teaching humans new combat techniques and helping to prepare for the larger battles that lay ahead. With the Talkar's expertise, Earth's forces grew stronger and more efficient. The next major alliance came from the Zorkan raiders, the very pirates who had once terrorized the galaxy. After their defeat by human forces, the Zorkan found themselves without a home, and their leaders, desperate to survive, turned to Earth. It was a risky move, but Captain Donovan saw potential in these renegades. They knew the galaxy's criminal underworld better than anyone, and they could help uncover the hidden agents of the Concord. The Zorkan agreed to join the alliance in exchange for protection and resources. With these allies in place, Earth's alliance began to take shape. What had once been a fractured, isolated human world was now at the heart of a growing coalition. But the Concord wasn't going to let this new alliance form without a fight. They saw the gathering of forces as a direct challenge to their authority, and they were determined to crush humanity's newfound power before it could grow too large. In a daring move, the Concord launched a devastating attack on the Andalian homeworld, hoping to weaken Earth's new alliances. The attack was swift and brutal, but the Concord had underestimated the resolve of the human alliance. Captain Donovan immediately led a combined force of Earth's fleet, Talkar warriors, and Zorkan raiders to defend the Andalians. What followed was an epic battle, fought in the orbit of the Andalian planet. The battle was fierce, with each side determined to gain the upper hand. Earth's forces, now more experienced and unified, fought bravely alongside their new allies. The Talkar warriors' battle tactics clashed with the Concord's precision, and the Zorkan used their knowledge of stealth and sabotage to great effect. The Andalians, though not fighters themselves, contributed their medical expertise, helping to heal the wounded in the midst of the chaos. The battle ended in a hard-fought victory for the human alliance. The Concord's forces were pushed back, and the attack on the Andalian homeworld was repelled. But it was clear that this victory was only a small part of a much larger conflict. The war was far from over, and the Concord would not give up easily. Yet, Humanity had shown the galaxy something that no one had expected, that they were more than capable of leading a united front, even against the most powerful and ancient forces in the galaxy. As Captain Donovan looked at the stars above the Andalian world, she knew that the human alliance had taken its first steps toward victory. The road ahead would be long and hard, but Earth had proven one thing. No matter how powerful the enemy, humanity would never back down. The galaxy had never seen anything like it before. The human alliance, once a small, isolated faction, had grown into a powerful and united force. Earth, with its allies, had pushed back the Concord's advances, won battles, and proven that humanity was not just a force to be reckoned with. They were a force to be feared. But the Concord, bruised but not broken, were not about to give up. Their greatest weapon, the Eclipse, an enormous warship capable of obliterating entire fleets, was still a threat. With this final weapon, the Concord planned one last assault, to crush the human alliance once and for all. Captain Sarah Donovan knew that the time for negotiation and diplomacy was over. The final confrontation had come. She gathered her most trusted officers on the bridge of the Pioneer, Earth's flagship. The battle would take place in the deep void of the Tellara Nebula, a region of space known for its intense storms and shifting gravitational fields. It was the perfect location for a final showdown, where the chaos of the environment would give both sides the chance to prove their strength. "Today, we end this," Donovan said, her voice steady but filled with determination. "We have allies, we have the will to fight, and most of all, we have each other. Together, we can end the Concord's reign." The human alliance's forces, Earth's military, the Talkar warriors, the Andalians, and even the Zorkan, lined up in formation, preparing for what would be the most intense battle of their lives. The Concord's fleet, led by the Eclipse, was already in position, waiting for the attack to begin. The fate of the galaxy was in the balance. As the battle commenced, the human alliance immediately faced the full force of the Concord's advanced warships. The Eclipse unleashed its deadly energy cannons, and for a moment, it seemed as if the human alliance might be overwhelmed. Ships exploded, debris filled the space around them, and the enemy pressed forward with terrifying power. But the humans were ready. Earth's military, guided by their adaptability and quick thinking, fought back with all they had. Their smaller ships darted through the chaotic battlefield, striking at the Concord's weak points with precision. The Talkar's battle prowess was unmatched, and they led the charge, engaging the Concord forces head-on, breaking their lines and sowing confusion. Meanwhile, the Zorkan used their knowledge of stealth and sabotage to infiltrate the enemy's ranks, planting explosives on key ships, causing havoc in the Concord's fleet. The Andalians, though not warriors, helped by using their medical expertise to treat the wounded, keeping the human alliance's forces in fighting shape. As the battle raged on, Captain Donovan knew the Eclipse had to be destroyed to end the conflict. It was the heart of the Concord's power, and if it fell, the rest of the fleet would crumble. With a team of Earth's best pilots, Donovan led a daring strike toward the Eclipse, weaving through enemy fire and navigating the treacherous gravitational fields of the nebula. Her heart raced as the Pioneer and the rest of the fleet created a diversion, allowing the strike team to get close. Donovan and her team launched their final attack, using a combination of human ingenuity and alien technology to breach the Eclipse's defenses. The battle was brutal, with explosions shaking their ships, but Donovan's team managed to plant a powerful device deep within the Eclipse. It was the humans' final weapon, a move that would destroy the ship from within. The Eclipse exploded in a brilliant flash of light, sending shockwaves across the battlefield. The Concord's remaining ships, now leaderless and disorganized, quickly began to retreat. The human alliance had done the impossible. They had defeated the Concord. As the dust settled and the stars returned to their quiet dance, Captain Donovan stood on the bridge of the Pioneer, looking out at the peaceful galaxy they had just saved. The war was over. The Concord had been defeated, and humanity had emerged victorious. The galaxy was no longer just a place where humans had to fight for survival. It was a place where they could thrive. In the years that followed, Earth and its allies worked together to rebuild, establishing a new era of peace and cooperation. The human alliance became a symbol of hope, unity, and strength, proving that even the smallest species, when united, could change the course of history. Captain Sarah Donovan looked out into the stars, knowing that this was just the beginning. The galaxy was theirs to protect, and humanity had finally earned its place among the stars. The future was bright, and the human race was ready to face whatever challenges the galaxy might throw at them.